Hello and welcome, fellow fighters for this world, to the third episode of the HogCast. Yeah, I guess you know already a Hogs of War podcast. And of course, like the two episodes before, I have a new guest with me today. And he is a pretty well known guy in the community now, I would say. And his name is FabtheZen. Welcome.
Hey guys, thank you, Castle, for having me. And wow, well known. Well, that's a nice way to say it. I mean,
Well,
I'm
you're a mod. You're a mod already in the Discord, and yeah, I appreciate you taking the time today, and will talk with me about some hogs in general, and of course about the new competitive event which is starting soon, the Grunt League. But we'll
well,
get about that later.
yeah. So I know for those of you who don't know me, and I don't know how many of you know me. I've been commentating a little bit of the events games. So some of the Grunt League, some of the Hogs of War League, and um, I think I've joined definitely less than 1 year ago, the Hogs of War community, and since then, I mean, I've been just shocked by the amount of support this game is still having from us, the community, the nice environment, and I guess all of this just drew me very much into the our little microcosmos that we have in the Hogs of War server, and well, yeah, I've been enjoying that. And since I'd say, would it be 8 months ago? Time really flies. I'm sorry if I'm not really
Oh, I just checked
precise.
in the meantime. You joined
Mhm.
at the 17th of February 2021. So like 1 year
Oh
and
God,
1 month ago.
that's more than 1 year. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Castor. That's important to know. That's nice to know. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's I hope I'm not spoiling already some of your topics, Castor. I know you might have a bunch of questions. We
Well,
haven't talked about it.
then I will just start with the
Oh,
first question.
all right.
Um,
That's good.
so how do you know the game, or when did you start playing Hogs? Also as a child, or did you discover it like more recently?
All right. So, actually, Hawks of War is one of my childhood PS1 games. Definitely one of my go-to, and it's been basically in my childhood memories for almost as far as I can remember. Wasn't my first game for PS1, but definitely one of those. I remember I actually still have on my side by my side. I still have the jewel case of the game with it's one of those dual game boxes. Actually has Worms and Ox of War, which is kind of fun if you think about it. Like thinking both of those games packed in once, and in the later back then, we've seen some bits of rivalry between people who preferred Worms, people who preferred Hogs of War. So that's just kind of funny.
Yeah,
But
definitely. And
right.
one thing that just came to my mind that would be interesting to know is, since you got the dual box, is
Mhm.
the game in Italian as well, or is it like an English version of the game?
Indeed, it is Nati per soffritto, which is the Italian version,
Oh,
like the Italian name of Hogs of War. Yeah,
so
yeah.
they had a dual box, especially with the Italian version. So that's pretty interesting to know.
Exactly. Yeah, it is. It is an Italian version. Like the jewel box is all in Italian. Worms is in Italian. The
Oh,
description, the manual
good.
is all in Italian. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, then didn't knew that before.
All right.
So and I guess when you played as a child, do you have any memorable or any
Oof.
memories you'd like to share? Any missions that you struggled in as a kid, or found some so good or so, or
All right. So yeah. I'm not sure if there was one particular mission that really I struggled with. What I can tell you for sure, it's a little bit of a fun trivia, I guess. So when I first got the game, I actually had a bunch of games before and only one memory card. And I don't know if it's ever happened to you or any of you of the listeners. Basically, I had my memory card full, and I did
Oh
not
yeah.
realize that. I didn't realize that until like mission 15 or something. I was so taken by the game. When it came the time that I have to, shut the console down and save, I went into save slots, and there was no slot left. I was I was kind of panicking there. I was like, no, I can't lose this. I can't lose my
Yeah.
precious save right now. And what I remember actually was I sent my grandpa to get me a new memory card from the store. And that's, he saved my day. And to this moment, I
Oh,
still remember that.
oh
He was so
that's
nice. And
hilarious.
right.
One thing about memory cards, it's so funny. I remember I had a 1 megabyte memory card for the PS1,
Yeah.
and it was always full. Like it was always full. And then when I got a PS2, I got an eight MB, 8 megabyte
Mhm.
memory card, was thinking, oh, eight 8 megabyte.
Oh,
That's such a
huge.
big. That's so huge. I can save all my games now, and I
I
don't
know,
have to
right?
worry about it. And if you think back about it, like this huge thing the memory card was, or this. I mean, it was like a quarter of a mobile phone now, and you can store way more in a mobile phone than 8 megabyte.
I know, I know.
Uh,
It's insane to look back at that technology and how much those 8 megabytes meant to us.
yeah.
Final Fantasy save states that took hundreds upon hundreds of hours. Creation character, yeah, everything. My microcosmos was in those memory cards.
Yeah.
And
And
I don't
now
know if
if
you
you
also had. Sorry, go ahead.
just want to say now if you make a picture with a good camera, it's way more than 8 megabytes. You couldn't even
Yeah.
store one picture now.
No, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you also had that one friend who had the beefy memory card. Like I remember one of my I can't remember if it was one of my cousins or one of my friends. They had this like memory card with like extra. It had a little display, a 7 segment display over it, and it would actually like you could with some little buttons you could switch banks. And it was basically like 8 memory cards in one. It was
Oh
such a cool
wow.
toy. I have no idea where he got it. I'm not even sure if it was like
Official?
first party or like, yeah, I really don't think it was. But it used to blow me away. Those things were just like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Never heard of that, but it really
Ah,
seems
okay.
seems cool. Okay. But to go back to Hogs of War again a bit, you mentioned you joined the community, or we found out you joined the community just over a year ago.
Mhm.
How did you even find the community? How did you get involved in it?
Uh, well, the way I actually joined like the Discord part of the community, which is of course like the biggest, I would say. Um, I was looking for, I was really struggling to get the PC version of Hogs of War working
Oh,
because I know,
yeah, the classic.
the infamous release, yeah. And by then, I want to say I had zero knowledge about everything that was behind both the PC release and, of course, like I had no idea there was a community. But so that's how I stumbled upon Pin's videos about how to make the game work. And actually, now that I think of it, the very first time this is a bit of a side question, I guess. Like it's not really what you asked, but I first heard of Pin in one of those videos that he made about. I think it was about the cheats of Vox of War, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, because I was like looking if there was like some other like
Uh,
way to get the legend, in Ox of War, and then I realized, oh, it's only on the PC version. Okay, fine. I got the PC version, tried it, was having all sorts of problems, and then I looked again, like Ox of War PC release, blah blah blah, and then I saw again, oh, I know this guy, Pinstrap. He makes a lot of Ox of War videos. I checked his channel. I was so surprised to see a whole channel
yeah.
dedicated to this. Like, whoa, this guy is crazy. That's what I thought back then. Hi, Pin. Sorry if I'm calling you out for this now. But yeah, so I was really fascinated by that. Like, how can one person be so into this one game that I remember from my childhood very, very fondly, but was, there is no Kenshiro community behind that one specific PS1 game. It was actually a pretty good game, only available in Japanese, but I'm going off a tangent. So I after I stumbled upon the second video by Pin, I was like, check the description for the links and stuff, and I saw the Discord link, and I joined, and I was like, whoa, this is a thing, amazing. And the rest is history, I guess.
The rest is history, yeah. But we gotta work on the history. We gotta talk about the history, better said, today a bit. But yeah, you not only found one other guy that likes the game, but you found a bunch of other guys who are into the game. And of course, no one is making the quantity and quality of Pin's videos, of course. So
Indeed.
He's not matched in that regard. But yeah,
there are some, it's cool to see that he's not the only creator if you think about it. Like you, Castor, also got into creating. Whether you want it or not, you're also a content creator.
Yeah, I mean, I just enjoy podcasts. I just enjoy listening to them a lot. And I was kind of sad that Pin's podcast, HogCast podcast, was kind of going nowhere. He said he was running a bit out of ideas, and I thought, okay, if I don't get a podcast in that way, I will just make one myself.
Fine, I'll make it myself.
I don't see myself as a concurrent or something, and it's really just I'm making this for fun, and I guess there are quite a few out there who like listening to that, and yeah, we're just doing for that and just spreading a bit of content. And I wanted to mention Bobby as well, of course, as a content creator. He's been there a long time as well, making all sorts of different content. I think it's the only one who really is mastering the PC version in any aspect.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, just as a little bit of a plug for him, I guess. His latest video about the GI ports. I don't know if it's still the latest video, but that video was really, really interesting. Like I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
he made this one video, right?
Yeah, he's really, I think, the person who knows most about the characters behind the pigs and who they are, who they represent, and in all kind of different languages. So Bobby, if you hear that, comment under this video, and you could be my next guest. You could be my next guest. I'm just saying that.
Little spoiler there. Nice.
Maybe if he comments. No.
Yeah.
Well, but okay. To get back, I remember the day you joined. We immediately. You asked him many questions, and I think we even talked to PMs. You held the old logo. I remember that as well. It was kind of a skull or so.
Yeah. That's the word ends with you. It's a symbol from the game. The player pin.
Ah, okay.
Was really, really hyped about the new game that was gonna release. So I was like, having that as my symbol.
And yeah. But what made you getting involved so much in this community? Because there's a lot of guys joining the Discord, so like literally one person a day, but there are not many who get involved, and quite rarely someone who gets involved that much as you do. What made you do that?
Oh, that's a good question. Well. It all started by, just me asking, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I was like, I saw that were a lot of knowledge. Like a lot of knowledge was around the people, between you, ADB, Payne himself, of course. There was a lot to learn. And so, I did a little bit of my homework because I really wanted to get the game up and running so badly, the PC version, I mean. And I think during my struggle back then, I realized that there was so much more about the game. I found out about the speedruns, about the tricks, like I actually, a little bit of a shame here. I didn't know about, that you could double tap the cluster shots, the cluster grenades, to make that insane damage. The wall climbs, there's people really have been working on the game, to push out all the little bits that there is to exploit and learn about the game. And to be honest, I was just also the fact that I think the main thing for me was the game nights. The fact that we have
Oh
a
yeah.
place and the time, yeah, where people would actually join together and play this game. Like that for me, that thing alone was enough to get me pumped about learning more, getting the emulator set up. I learned about parsec, I learned about taxation. It actually reignited my latent passion for retro gaming. I'm a huge fan of all things retro, and like emulation is one of them. And so I gotta say, I didn't think about that before, but now that you make me think about it, I think the Hogs of War server really made me look back at my childhood and be like, let's explore back all those memories that I have. Let's see what good things can be brought back to the modern day, because there's a lot of value, in my opinion, in retro games. You
Yeah,
can
and the
learn a lot.
nostalgia as well, I guess. Especially if you played the game as a kid, there's a lot of
Oh,
nostalgia,
absolutely,
and yeah,
absolutely.
just love for the game. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
so
think
that's yeah.
yeah, we're doing a good job at the server to get this love, this joy you had as a child with the game, to get that back in the modern in these days, and I think
Yeah.
that's what makes people stick around in the first place. And of course, when you're so long in the community as you and me, you just get to know each other as well,
Mm-mm.
and yeah, it's just having a good time.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. It's really really nice to have this kind of it's a little bit of a safe space if you think about it.
Yeah,
Having your.
but not on the battlefield.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Not on the battlefield. There's not a safe space
Oh
there.
no no no. we we fight, but we fight with honor. That's our motto,
Yeah,
I guess.
and talking about with fight, you said you joined the games nights, and I think did you join a rank up? I think you didn't,
Uh,
huh?
I
As a
did
player.
join the second rank up.
Oh really?
Yes, I did the second rank up.
Oh,
Yes,
who was your opponent there?
I was playing with none other than Darot, our good friend Darot,
Oh
and
yeah, you played Derek in the first round. I
he
remember
was
that.
he was actually substituting someone else who was supposed to be a little bit less of a challenger. Like my first ever like quote unquote competitive game in Dogs of War was kind of hard, was kind of tough. Let me tell you, I was not expecting to be annihilated by Darot. Like he's a tank. Like
Yeah.
he really knows what he's doing. And yeah, that was
And
my
well,
first.
I guess that experience, and also like at the beginning struggling a bit with the time and your options, did influence
Oh yeah.
you with a new idea, because you had an idea, and talk us through that.
You are right. That's exactly what kind of inspired me. Yes, my noobiness inspired me to a more, let's say, initial friendly type of player. So I did notice that the meta being 30 seconds is very good and balanced for people who have a little bit of experience in the game. But I started thinking, what if we give new players a little bit of a um, less strict challenge and allow them to have 45 seconds in a competition. So the idea was something like a rank up, maybe, but for with 45 seconds. And I started thinking, yeah, but this might not stick because 45 seconds is like probably a lot for obvious reasons. And I started talking about it with people, but like I was like, yeah, nobody's gonna buy that. But actually, when I mentioned this to Pin, he was like, well, why don't you go ahead and do it? Like he was actually giving me some kind of um, motivation and incentive to actually, because I wasn't expecting to be the one founding it. I was just thinking, I'm gonna write my idea in a piece of paper and put it in a ideas jar, and then let the big boys, the big dog, have it. Well, turns out I guess I am one of those the people like quote unquote organizers, which by the way I think I'm one of the lesser ones. I did have the idea, I guess, but you and ADB have helped me like a ton with this, with the idea, with the execution, the maps, the web, like everything that is
Yeah,
related.
well, I guess we had experience already in organizing such an event and everything, but
Mhm.
I would say you're still really a main part, especially with hosting and commentating, which is such a huge role, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's time heavy, but we will get to that in a bit.
Right, right.
So yeah, I guess we didn't even say the name yet, so it's the Grunt League we are talking about here, of
A
course.
Grunt League. Yeah.
And with the first season starting in last June, I think it started in June,
Yes.
with the Grunt League, and yeah, we had a good first season, 12 participants, mostly new players to the scene, and got some very good and exciting gameplay.
Yeah.
And
Oh my God.
we are
Absolutely.
actually starting the new season, league season, well, League 2, Grunt League, Season 2,
Hmm.
in early April. So when this releases, I think it's about 2 weeks to start. There's
Yeah, it
still,
should start. Sorry. It
yeah,
should start the week of April 4th. So from Monday
exactly.
onwards. Mhm.
And we're still not confirmed to be full entrance yet, so there might be one or two slots remaining.
Mhm.
So if you're interested in that, just contact me or leave a comment or so. We'll get in touch with you, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. But
Sure. It's only maximum 2 places. So,
yeah, and
you know.
also maybe, so it's not sure
Mhm.
yet, but
But if you're interested, absolutely right. Make sure to keep in touch, and
yeah,
if not, this is Grunt League.
we always had somebody drop out right before we start, so I guess.
Yeah, and if you tune
uh,
in, there's always next year. I mean, I know it's a long time, but
and
you
rank,
have a lot of
yeah.
time to.
Also, we have rank up in the meantime, so
Yeah.
there's plenty of things to do. But going to this season, so we're aiming for 15 participants. It looks like we're going to get
Mhm.
15. Are you excited for the new season?
Oh man, I am so looking forward for it because, of course, I'm not just gonna host and commentate. I'm gonna also participate, which is a little bit nerve wracking because I've seen what the Grand League is capable of. Like a bunch of people have really shown that even if they are still in their grassroots, they do have a lot of potential. And about that, I just want to briefly mention how surprised I was to see Packets perform in a competitive-ish environment. It was really good, and he actually managed to really leave me to the ground in that one game we had in the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
Really,
the
really strong
semifinal.
guy. Exactly. So yeah, absolutely. I am stoked. I'm looking forward for it. I'm electrified. I'm not sure that's how you say it in English, but I mean,
I think
I'm
that's a
feeling
word.
the electricity. Okay, good.
um, yeah,
Yeah.
and if you don't know where to watch it, we have a YouTube channel. It's called the Hawks of War League. You can find all the competitive games and recently also the speedrunning event there.
Mhm.
There's also like kind of an intro, no, not intro, like a teaser for the Grunt League that definitely will get you hyped. I can guarantee
Yes.
that. So
Thanks to ADB for the awesome editing, by the way,
yeah,
on that.
so you can watch every games there, and you will sure hear and see Fab playing and commentating.
Yeah, watch me suck. Hello, it's me.
Okay, so
Yes.
you're not to like you would not bet in yourself. I hear you say
I want to, sorry, can you come again?
you would not bet on yourself to win the
Mm,
thing.
yeah, I
Or,
wouldn't bet on myself, yeah. But
but
I'm gonna try.
who are your favorites going in then
Oh, of the current roster?
of the current roster? Yeah.
Man, I'm not sure I should say that. I mean, it feels a little bit of a, how can I say? Um, I don't want to sound like I have favorites, but I will tell you for sure
No,
that
no, not
I
no,
know that.
not who you would wish to win, but who you
No, no.
think are the best players, like the or the uh, yeah, from the players we've seen a lot of them play. Like, who do you think has good chances to win it all? Or
Well, okay, yeah. If I have to like predict somewhat, like just tell you who I think is the most ready for the battle, I would say that again, as I mentioned, Packets is a pretty buff guy. He knows what he's doing. And Com98 is not confirmed to play yet because he has a little bit of troubles right now with his PC and stuff. But if he makes it, that's another potential candidate to the win, in my opinion. It depends on how much. Like I know he hasn't really practiced a lot because he's very busy, outside of the community. But yeah, Package Com. I'm looking at the roster right now a little bit, and I think JJ also has potential. I know you know JJ a little better than me, so you could tell me if he's been like training or if he's pumped up about this.
Oh, he sure will be. He will be practicing. He wasn't yet really, but he sure will again when we're getting closer. And he loves to compete, and he will surely give his best again. And I think
Alright.
you're missing out on a very veteran player on the list.
Hold on. I'm not sure. Who are you talking about? Oh man.
Oh, Looney, of course.
Of course, yeah. Raging Looney. If he play, I really hope he makes it.
Yeah.
We have to see. We have to see. Absolutely. Looney can have a really big impact on this league as well. We'll see.
Yeah, he's a veteran. I think he was the only one to be in each league we had yet. Yeah, definitely the only one he was trying in each league. And he was only not as the first rank up was the only event he wasn't joining yet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
He's been in since almost the beginning, I see. I did not realize. I'm sorry about that. But
yeah, he was actually one of the first few to join. I'm not sure in which position, but he was definitely in the first 30 or so. So he's been there a long time.
Nice. Yeah, he almost managed to snatch that win on the last rank up, if I'm not mistaken. He has been very close all the time to become a champion, but yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe this league is his. I hope he can join though. As you said, it's not confirmed yet either, but we really would like to see him compete again.
Absolutely.
Good. And so
I just want to say, since we're talking about this, just there are a bunch of players that I sadly haven't had the chance yet to see. So if I'm not mentioning any one of you guys, it's mostly probably because I haven't had the chance to play with you or see how you play. I know that's a lot of newcomers, and that's super exciting. I'm looking forward to see you guys.
Yeah, that's the exciting part. So to see the new players, how they will perform. We'll may get surprises again, like Jeroen last year that completely buffed our minds. They joined, I think 3 days before we started, he joined the Discord, and then he won without losing a single round. He was absolutely stunning last year then. All the packers was a great surprise, and yeah, we had some overall very good and clean gameplay, and I guess with the new guys joining, it will be excited to see where they place themselves, and if we have a surprising star again, and even with not, as long as all have fun and enjoying the competition, that's the most important part.
Absolutely.
So, but we were talking a lot about the on-field play or the action in-game. But you know as well as me that there's way more behind such a league, how we organize it, than just playing it. Because you need hosts, you need commentators. So, how would you describe the work behind the scenes?
So, when it comes to organizing a game or a tournament, I would say at the beginning, learning a little bit the how-tos and stuff, it wasn't easy. It looked a little bit of a daunting task. And especially, I remember being kind of scared and kind of bummed about the editing work that is behind. Because, of course, when you record the game, there's editing that needs to be done. Very minimal, mind you. It's just very minimal. But, it has to be done. And that's one skill that I have really improved upon. And to be honest, nowadays, I really see that it's not as huge, as demanding as it was before. So that's that. But other than that, I think in general, like when it comes to hosting and organizing, once you understand the protocol, so to speak, the how to, it really comes down to just having your ideas sorted, because it's pretty natural, it has become. I have my little notepad with all the tasks, things I have to check before we start, to avoid like disasters. Like sometimes, I mean, they still happen. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes one of the voice podcasters might not come through to the mic or to the in the recording software that we use. Of course, we use OBS like every other same person on this planet, I think. Uh, it's it is a task that needs a bit of attention, but thankfully I gotta say, it's for me personally, it all comes down to, mm, like, now that I figured how these kind of things work, it's pretty much sorted out. I don't want to say like it's easy, it's not, but if you have any kind of doubt on how to do things, and if you are one of the hosts and you're listening to this, uh, come to me. We can talk about it. I can try and help you figure things out, because um, it really, like, that's the hardest part. Don't it looks dreadful. It looks painful. Like how can I say? It looks like a scary job at the beginning, but it really isn't. It's pretty easy when you come to it. So
Yeah, I think the only real necessity to have doing this is a good connection
basically, yeah,
as a
and
host.
I
Yeah,
mean, a decent computer, but
yeah,
that's also, oh yeah, but you also mentioned casting. I would say that might be the hardest part of the event, because you gotta have how can I say, you kind of have to have the energy to do that, in a way.
yeah,
but
definitely.
but all in all, I mean, I gotta say, like, and not to just like toot my own horn here, or like our global horn, but when it comes to people in the Hogs of War community, I've really mainly only seen positivity. So sometimes I was like talking to, I don't know, you or ADB, and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure if I can like have like cast this game all on my own. I feel like I'm gonna bring the energy down and blah blah blah. But I think it was ADB. I mentioned this to ADB, and it was like, um, first of all, he was like, of course, like offering me his help, but he just was a little busy that day, and we all had very busy days, and there was this one time when I was gonna cast by myself, and he was like, look, don't worry, it's fine. First of all, if it's if it's not like your brightest moment, it's okay. And second of all, it's like, he told me, just go for it, like just do whatever you feel like it, and like, don't worry too much about it, because the casting is of course very important in a game, but the main thing is that you can like give a little bit of a company to the game itself. So it really was helpful to bring the expectations just a little down, so that it doesn't feel that daunting as a task, but also keep me pumped for the game. And yeah, I gotta say, it really helped. So casting as well was a really nice challenge for me, and I actually really enjoy it nowadays. I even brought Crypto in, one of my friends from the server as well,
Yeah,
and he was also super excited to join in the commentary. And by the way, he's participating in the league, and I think he's gonna smack some ass. He's gonna be one of those. It's up there, and yeah, it's basically a really nice. I don't know how to say. It's a challenge, but it's a fun one. So absolutely.
yeah. I remember commentating a game. There were no other host commentators available, so I had to do it at that time.
Mm,
I remember the day before I went out, and I had barely any sleep. I was still
oh man.
maybe a bit yeah. So I
Right.
covered the
Right.
game, and it wasn't one of the most exciting ones, and then nearly fall asleep. And you noticed my voice was like really sleepy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, I kind of regret that a bit. But on the other hand, I think the overall quality we put into the videos, and
Yeah.
I mean, it's for the viewers we have, for the audience we have. I think it's a very, very good quality what we currently have, and of course we get a lot of suggestions what we could do better, and there would be things I would like to improve, but there's just not the quantity we have right now, or even the options, because a lot of the things would either cost a lot of money, or we would need a lot of more people to help us, and that's just not viable at the moment, but we have to
You're
see
talking
to
about
improve in the future.
Oh yeah, maybe we're talking about having like a full-time host, something like that. I remember I was looking into it.
Either full-time host or a server where we can host things, or like there are a lot of things, so there could be.
I mean, they're mostly technical stuff. I think we can still manage as it is right now.
Yeah, but on the other hand, if we would have a few more hosts and commentators, it wouldn't be bad either, because like it can be pretty stressful in those weeks to find enough hosts. So yeah, but we're always improving on that as well. So
yeah, absolutely.
good.
I mean, it's as long as it's how can I say, it depends. Right now I would say it's still manageable. But in case we were gonna have, I don't know, 20 people joining, yeah, things could get easily out of hand. So if we want to expand, I would say we might need to look into increasing the means at our disposal. But yeah, absolutely. That's something we'll look at.
Expanding, I guess we are at the maximum players we can have at 15 Grunt League, and also 14 Hogs of War League. I think that was good. If we would need to expand, we would need a lot more hosts.
Yeah.
And I guess
I gotta say, like, as fun as it is, I did have to end up hosting a bunch of games last time in the Hogs of War League Season 1. But, thankfully I wasn't. Yeah, I mean, the Season 1 of the Grunt League, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to see how it is this year, but also, I guess we can only really expand if we eventually, I mean, there's nothing confirmed yet, would get reheated on the PC, and there's a good working multiplayer with servers. It would be easier to expand there, because yeah, you don't need parsec, you can easily record that, and yeah. And I mean, we could also reduce the quality a bit if we don't commentate each game, if really not possible otherwise. But yeah, we really want to keep the good quality up there.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, what's nice of it is, even if it's a small community, even if it's like 1v1 matches that few people see, I think that's it's kind of the boutique power of this kind of projects, in my opinion. Like, I see how much care that everyone is putting in this, and I think to myself, wow, we really are a passionate community, even if it's small. So I would personally like it if we keep it this way, but if worse comes to worse and we have a lot of people wanting to join, but we're still lacking the power, yeah, I mean, we could explore the options, but I think we're.
I really like that we also got some fans. So some of the guys I see, yeah, some really commentating on most of the matches, and it's really cool to see people enjoying games or content we bring out there. So that's quite nice. And we were mentioning expanding for a bit. What do you say would be the future of the Grunt League, or what would you wish is the future, or what do you think would be the future of the Grunt League?
The future of the Grunt League? That's a very interesting question.
Like, will we have the Grunt League in 3 years?
I would say, why not? I think so. I mean, as long as there's people willing to play. And I mean, if you think about it, the Grunt League is a little bit of a younger brother of the full league. So I think it's in a good place right now, and I think there's a lot of interest for it. So I really don't see why not. But maybe we can think of. Okay, I wouldn't change the Grunt League as it is right now. I think it's it has basically just one big change from the big league, which is the times, like the time per turn. But we were thinking internally, of course. This is a little bit of a leak. I hope I'm not making anyone mad by saying this. We are just for now thinking of some kind of extra event, something a little bit more wacky. And it doesn't have to be an official tournament. It might be something that we do on a smaller scale than, say, the rank up. But it could be fun to explore some kind of just wacky game modes, just to get some bacon grilled over there and have some, I don't know, engineer only class tournament, or maybe I don't know, a select pig tournament. I know it sounds stupid. That's why we haven't talked about it out in the wild. But there are some ideas, and even maybe instead of having one tournament with one specific rule, we can have some kind of random event. So one game is played in a way, another game is played another way. So of course, this is not gonna be a competitive environment. It's just for the sake of it. So, but
fun.
yeah, exactly. But just to answer your question, I think the Grunt League is showing interest right now. I haven't had any feedback on what to change. We did see some really how can I say, the challenge seems pretty balanced because the players were more or less not heavily exploiting the game. I mean, of course, in 45 seconds, some of the pro players have said, "Oh, but you can traverse the whole map in 45 seconds." That is true if you know what you're doing, And I mean, not to say that the grunters don't know what they're doing, but you kind of have to have, it's all about the level of skill that you have to have in order to peruse the map and whatnot. So we'll see. What I'm gonna say is I'm open to feedback, of course, and I mean it's not just me; it's a community effort. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and if the level goes a little bit, it comes a little too high. Well, we will see from there. We'll see from there.
And
Yeah,
I wouldn't.
we'll keep it up.
I mean, too high. I think for competitive event the level can't be too high, really. And I mean,
Yeah,
maybe 45 seconds. It would be good if there would be something between 30 and 45,
exactly.
maybe.
Like 40. Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I think 30 is just so good for competitive. I felt really balanced the last two seasons, and yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
honestly,
less than 30 is just you can't really do anything there, and yeah.
yeah. No, but I think even for me, I gotta say, at the very beginning, 30-second really looked like nothing. But
Mm.
the more you play the game, the more you kinda start focusing on the things that matter. Of course, then there comes something like, for example, lag issues, which we have some people in the pro league that are already playing at a pro level, but they have vividly communicated their um, effort, like their fatigue, uh, playing at 30 seconds instead of 45. And I think we heard that, but once you know the game, 45 seconds, can be a lot, I guess. But that's
Mm.
the power of the thing. I mean, maybe in the future we can have some kind of cheat code that will allow us to change the timer. I haven't seen any opening in that front. We are a
Oh,
little bit
that's an interesting idea. Yeah.
yeah. But talking about if we talk about codes, we can't not mention Unicorn Goulash, which helped us a lot with that. We
Oh
explored
yeah,
a little bit.
definitely.
Um, that would be an interesting guest as well, I think. But I mean, he's more of a I would say he's a guest of the server. He has been helping us a lot, but he's
Yeah.
mainly from the PS1 hacking scene. He's really involved in that, so it's a bit of a
That's true.
VIP, I
Yeah.
would say. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
but
But yeah, we got a lot of interesting different guys in the server, so I think I will have a lot of new guests from different aspects in the next couple of weeks, and yeah, that's why I'm not trying to make the podcast a weekly or so, because it would be a huge amount of work for me, and I think I would
yeah.
run out of this soon. So I guess every 3 weeks keeps it still has it in everybody's minds, but yeah, it's a nice way to keep things changing, to have different guests, and yeah, just to bring out some content.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I think we really talked had a good talk about the Grunt League, so you definitely got me excited again to watch some games, to watch some new players play. So I
Very glad to
guess
hear that.
before we end it, we can go over each competitor really quickly and like have 1 or 2 sentences about them.
Sure. Sounds fun.
So to start with, we have Waging Looney, the veteran. I think we talked about him before
Yeah.
already. So
Great sport. Great sport.
let's make just a quick prediction where he will land. Just fun, just one word. Let's say winner, final, playoffs, or out in the group.
Ooh, okay. I think he's gonna make it to the playoffs. Yeah.
I think
What
Waging
do you
Looney
think?
will make it to the final this time,
Oh,
and maybe
okay.
even win it.
Hmm.
Okay, then let's
Okay.
go with Crypto.
Oh, crypto. Well, I have brought him in. I mean, he actually was the one who wanted to join, and I was able to sort things out a little bit, and I'm really happy for that. We actually played a little bit together, and I don't want to spoil much. I think he knows what he's doing. So my prediction is we'll see him at least in the semifinals, I would say.
Oh, okay. I don't know Crypto too well yet. It will surely
You
depending on
will.
which group
Mm.
he
Oh yeah.
will get, but uh, I don't know. I kinda don't want to say for anyone he will not he will not make it into the playoffs, but I will say the nerfs. He's a new player, and I think for new players, the nerfs can quite be a role in important games, and especially if he gets a good group. So I will say um, he will just miss the playoffs by a bit.
Oh, okay. I see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, not only man in it. I hope no bad feelings about anyone that mentioned here. It's really I don't know most of you guys playing, so it's just a quick fun prediction round, and you can prove us all
Yeah,
wrong by playing your best and winning it all.
exactly.
Okay, oven glove.
Ovenglove, he performed pretty well in the last Grunt League season, and I haven't heard him much in the server. I'm afraid. I think people are a little bit of I wouldn't say afraid, but they end up not being as talkative as I would imagine they would. But if he's been training even a little bit by himself, I think he can make it to the playoffs. But as things stand right now, I mean, I have to play someone outside of playoffs, and I'm sorry, but I might have to pick Ovenglove between the people that won't make it to the playoffs. So sorry, Ovenglove, if you're listening. But
I
I
would
hope to you prove me wrong.
yeah I would say quite different. I think he's like I was saying with new players, with rookies, and with quite a more experienced. He already had a
Mhm.
league season. He performed pretty well there, and had some good competition. And I think this time he can make it. I think he can make it in the playoffs. Okay.
Nice.
Then next is Busy Guy, and I will start this time.
Oh
So
yeah.
you don't have to start all the time. Busy Guy, of course, he's been here a while. He's been in the game. He's having fun playing. Well, know that he's improved quite a bit since he started. So I was watching some of his early streams and some of his later streams. So it's a
Mhm.
huge improvement of his gameplay. But
Oh.
of course, his color blindness can be disadvantage for him in some
Oh yeah.
maps because the game wasn't really made for
No,
that. You
absolutely.
don't really have an option there. So I think he can snag a win this season, but it's not quite enough for the playoffs.
I see. Yeah. I've seen. I haven't seen his recent streams, but I'm really glad to know he's been working on that, on improving. And judging just from what I've seen in the past, in the first season, he's coming back for season 2. He was doing some, I would say, rookie mistakes. Nothing against him. I mean, he probably hadn't played the game that much back then. So if he has those sorted out, I'm sure he can gain a lot of points in the playoffs. But again, choosing between people who are gonna make it or not through the playoffs, I would say BC Guy might just almost make it, but I'm not sure if he will make it. So that's my my prediction there.
Okay,
we'll see though.
Let's go with JJ next.
JJ, should I start?
Yeah.
Well, I think I even played against JJ last time. Or if I haven't played against him, I did observe him very, very close. And he definitely has a ton of potential. I've seen him play quite well. Even those matches where I think he had it against him, like the odds were against him. So I think he's gonna make it pretty easily to the playoff this year, just as the last one, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I will go. I mean, I'm pretty biased here. He's my best friend, so
right.
I will say, but I will put some pressure on him, and I will say he will win it all. So,
so
wow. Yeah,
okay.
Against Looney in the final, he will beat him.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
So
like yeah, it will be. He sure has potential, but I think he has enough to be a real competitor this year, and yeah, we'll have to see how he performs. So the pressure's on you now, JJ.
Good luck, JJ. You need to keep it up now.
Okay, then I will go next with Levo.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Levo also improved a lot since he started playing. Like he's not one of the best players in this group, but he sure loves to play and he's giving his best, and I also think he might be able to win a game, but I think the playoffs will unfortunately be out of reach for him.
Yeah, well, I've seen Levo play against Monty in the last Grunt League, and I gotta say, it was hilarious. Like, not in a bad way. It was just very fun to see this kind of interaction. They were really, really out of the box players, so to speak. And absolutely, like, over the Grunt League, he improved a lot. Like, I mean, I think Levo was really starting out with Hogs of War, if I'm not mistaken. So really exciting to have him aboard. I mean, the Grunt League is for players like him, absolutely. And I'm really curious to see what he's gonna make this year. I'm rooting for him. I really hope to see him, surprise all of us and make it to the playoffs. But as things stand, unless he can prove me really wrong, as you said, I think he can win a couple matches. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But my prediction, if I have to be realistic, is it's gonna be there, before the playoffs.
Okay, next is Raven.
Raven.
Yeah, one of the guys who's really a lot there in games nights. Haven't seen him play, unfortunately, yet. What I heard, he's not played in a long time, so he's having a bit of troubles getting back in, but surely giving his best.
Mm-hmm.
So can't really judge him so far, but I think he will be in the battle for the playoffs. I'm not saying he will make it for sure. I'm not saying he will not make it for sure. I think he will be somewhere in the battle around.
Okay. Well, I'm right there with you there. I think that he's gonna make it to the playoffs. I've seen him play. We've played together in the game nights, and week after week, he really shown improvement. I know he's been playing it also by himself, at least trying. I think he was having a little bit of problems with DuckStation, which, by the way, I just want to briefly mention because I know we are already on the topic, but I'm also trying my best to help people with DuckStation and get the game started in their PCs and stuff. Well, I know about that. I think Raven is doing really giant, like very fast progress in his play style. So I'm really happy to say that I have some optimism towards him, and I think we'll see him in the playoffs.
Oh, okay. So, then next KB.
KB.
To be honest, I don't know much about KB. I think it's the same for you. I just think if I'm not wrong, he was playing all of Pins modes, and I think he was also beating them. And if you beat Pins mode, especially the newer ones, you're not a bad player.
Yep, you gotta know your stuff.
Yeah, but I can't judge where he will land this season, so he's one of those surprising bags, so looking forward to see.
Yeah, I am in the same position as you right now, Caster, because I sadly don't know much about KB, and I'm really interested in seeing how he performs. From what I've heard, though, he might snag the playoff. It's not gonna be in my picks for the playoffs, just because I don't know much about him. So I would say he's not gonna make it, but only because only a certain number. I think 6 people will make it to the playoffs. So I will have to choose my points very closely. So
next
I would say no.
Next is Pekis. He's making it to the semifinal, but will lose against JJ.
Okay, very brief. Is that what you want to say about Packets?
I mean, we talked about him before, and
absolutely, you're right.
Yeah, we know him. We know and love him.
I would say he's gonna make it to the semifinals as well. Packets has great play style, great responsiveness. He knows how to play the game. He knows how to counter other players. I've seen him change his strategy on the move. So you, my boy, have great expectations. Don't let me down. You're gonna make it on the semifinals.
Then we have Dot Bogus.
Dot Bogus. I think ADB knows about this guy more because I haven't seen him around. What do you say?
Yeah, I remember him from the server, but it's quite a time ago, and also don't know too much about him, so I can't judge him at all. Unfortunately, I'm sorry if I don't remember some conversations or so. No, I can't really say any more about him, but I'm looking forward to see him play.
Yeah, same here. I don't have many details on this guy. It's gonna be a surprise. Seems very classified, so then we'll have to see.
Then we don't have not Raven but Revan. So just the A and E changed in the name. I've not seen him play either. He was in a couple of my streams. He was at some of those, and also I heard ADB played with him to test his connection. So, and he just had good words about him. So for me, he will surely be in the race of the to the playoffs as well.
Yeah, for sure. ADB got me pumped up about him as well. So all I know about Revan is that he has decent connection and decent experience with the game. So, I think he has the stuff to make it to the playoffs. Yeah.
Then Monty.
Monty, our Italian friend. He's the only other Italian guy participating in the Grunt League.
Maybe come as well.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. It's the 3 of us. Monty knows the game. Monty knows how to play it. He's been we haven't mentioned, but we have a Italian Notes of War community, and we do play all of the Pins mods together when they released, and he's shown a lot of progress from the very beginning. And will he make it to the playoffs? That's a tough question. I think actually I might have been a little too harsh because I don't have now enough people in the playoffs in my prediction. I think I have less than 6.
I have no idea.
Yeah, sorry guys, this is all improvised. Going live, the perks of being live. I think Monty can do it. I think this year he can do it. Yes, I'm gonna say he might make it to the playoffs.
For me, I would say no, but not for the reason he's not skilled enough, but as I know him, he's like kind of he's likes to fool around a bit. What I've
Yeah.
seen. So I guess that could cost him on quite a few games, but I think he will repay it with just hilarious gameplay. So
Oh yeah.
might be my prediction about him. Then Vilo 512 or Vilo 512.
I think
Vilo
this is another
512.
person. 512, 512, yeah. However you
Yeah,
want it.
I don't know.
1024 divided by 2. That works as well.
Yeah.
I don't. This is another person that joined the Grunt League. I think if he is in the server, he has joined like not long ago, because I haven't seen him much around.
Yeah, I mean, I
Right?
think he's been there for a while, but it wasn't writing much.
No?
So
Okay, my
same
bad.
as well. Not sure how good he's playing, but looking forward to see it.
Same. I think it's gonna be. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have enough details to say.
And then
I'll just
come
know inside.
98.
Oh, Com 98 is probably if he plays, he's gonna be my winner. I have my money on him.
Oh,
No, I don't have
okay.
any. I think he's bombastic. He's really, really strong when it comes. Like, he's very solid as a player, in my opinion. He has all the cards on the table for the win, in my opinion. He might be the new J1. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, I would say he will make it to the semifinals, but will lose to Looney.
Okay. Interesting.
Good. And then last but not least, it's hopefully not least, is Fab.
Right. Who's that? The only guy in the sky blue suit.
Yeah, terrible decision.
Right.
Fab is making it to the playoffs.
Well, I sure hope so. That's, I mean, to be honest, that's my goal. I would really like to make it in the playoffs. If I make it, I'm really happy about it. People have been saying like that I've done some progress from when I joined the Grunt League, so I want to hope that's true. So yeah, I would say
that
my
the
prediction.
games night paid off.
I hope so. Yeah. Boy, I really hope I make it on playoffs. Yeah, that's my prediction. I'm gonna make it to playoffs. Fingers crossed.
Good.
It's really weird to give a prediction about yourself, you know. But
yeah. Well then, I think we are settled.
That's all of them.
That's
all of us.
Good.
Yeah, this got me really hyped up.
Do you have any topics you would like to talk about before we close things up?
I would just like to say that if you're a new player listening, or someone who wants to get into the Hogs of War game, community and stuff, just please feel free to join. Feel free to like drop me a DM or whatever. I'm like free whenever. I'll read your messages and I will help you out. I know many people don't like want to spread their voice in the server, and I understand that, but really, like, the Hogs of War server is one of the friendliest I've ever been in, so I'm really glad to be part of it. But not only that, I think there is room for everyone really to bring their own bit to the table. Really excited to be part of it as well. And since I've been, I would say, I guess I'm a kind of a tech support guy also in the community. So if you have any problem with the game, feel free to drop me a DM for that as well, and I'll try to help you out. That's all I have to say.
Well, I think that was good last words. And yeah, really don't be shy. It's hard to say, but just take a look around in the Hog server. Just drop a hi, and yeah, they're always nice community. Like to help you.
Yeah.
Then thanks for joining me, Fab. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Castle, for the opportunity. I was a little scared at the beginning, like, oh, what am I going to talk about? We have been talking for more than an hour.
Yeah.
Time has flown, so I'll take that back. Yeah, absolutely. It's been a blast. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, then good luck in the Grunt League, and I hope you will tune in and see those guys playing.
Absolutely. See you guys in the Grunt League.
And hear you in the next podcast.
Bye.